Alright, hey guys, welcome to my April and May wrap-up video. I read a lot of books in these past 2 months, so let's get started. The first book I read way back at the beginning of April was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I know in my last video I talked about how I'm going to make a full video review talking about the wonders and splendors and amazingness of this book, and that is still happening. So I don't want to say much about Anna and the French Kiss just yet because I want to save that for my review video. My next book that I read is The Council of Mirrors by Michael Buckley. This is the 9th book in the Sisters Grimm series. I started reading the Sisters Grimm back when the series first came out, so I was pretty young, and I followed it as each book came out, hoping that it would be the last one, but it would always say to be continued, and I always just wanted to know how it ended. So even though this book is just a little bit younger than what I normally read, I had to finish up the series. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a little cliche, it was a little cheesy, the characters were somewhat just at sometimes. But overall, I think it was a good end to the series. I would definitely recommend the Sisters Grimm, definitely for like middle grades. If you like fairy tales and you like magic and real life together, I mean that's cool. So that was this. The next book is one that I have been looking forward to for almost an entire year, and it is Insurgent by Veronica Roth, which is a sequel to Divergent. This one starts up where Divergent leaves off, so I don't want to say anything about the plot in case it would, if you haven't read Divergent. The gist of it is that it takes place in Chicago in the future. It's a dystopian novel. Everybody is split up into 5 factions that kind of pick out a certain trait and go with it. And when you're 16, you get to choose which faction you want to belong to, if you want to stay with your family or if you want to leave and, start life somewhere new. So what happens is these factions get along pretty peacefully before Divergent, and then if you read Divergent, something happens and stuff happens. I don't want to say too much without giving it away, but Divergent is really good. I really love that one. I really liked Insurgent. I felt like the pacing was a little slower than Divergent, which is really weird because I think this takes place in like way less time than the other book does. There was less to explain because in Divergent, what's great about it is that everything is new and you get to learn all the rules of the society and what's happening and what is expected and acceptable and stuff, and you kind of know that when this book comes along. I liked what she did to progress Triss's character, and I like the relationship between Triss and Four and how that progressed too. I think I prefer Divergent just a little bit better just because I like the world building and all the character development and stuff, but this was still really good and I'm really, really happy, and I am very excited for the next one, which I have no idea when it comes out, but it'll probably be another year. The next one is actually a reread that I did this month. It is The Duff by Kody Keplinger, which stands for Designated Ugly Fat Friend. Let me just say, I love this book. I don't even know where to start with this one, but it is one of my favorite books that talks about like high school and teenagers and relationships that people have. A quick plot summary is the main character, Bianca, is unhappy with what's going on with her life right now, and so she kind of throws herself into this closeted enemies with benefits relationship with the school player, and it escalates from there, and I don't know, it's a really fun, entertaining read, but it still has value to it. There's some really good lessons to be learned in it, but it is not like moral or preachy or anything. It's very, very good. It's very worth it. The next one is The Book of Blood and Shadow by Roth and Wasserman. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, this book wasn't one of my personal favorites. I felt like at the beginning it was promising. It had a very interesting beginning. I thought it could have gone somewhere, but as I got more and more into the book, I just felt like it just began to like trudge on, and I got tired of it. I really couldn't get into it. I didn't really understand the characters, or I understood the characters, but I didn't feel like I really knew them. There wasn't a lot of characterization. I'm the kind of person that once you start reading a book, you are obligated to finish reading it. So even though by the middle I wasn't very into it and I was just hoping it would pick up or just be done, I felt like I had to finish reading it. So I did. I can see how some people might like it. To me, it was just kind of I gave that one 3 out of 5 stars. I read a lot of really good books these past 2 months, but I think my personal favorite of all the new ones that I read, at least, was Delirium by Lauren Oliver. This one is a dystopian novel. It takes place in a society where the borders of the United States have been closed and every city is kept in like a little gated area. At the age of 18, everybody in these cities gets a cure that stops them from falling in love. Love is what you do not want to be in, because love is a disease and it will kill you in the end. So the main character, Lena, is 17 years old. She only has about 95 days until her operation, and she can't wait for it until she meets a boy named Alex and they fall in love. One thing I really liked about the books was at the beginning of each chapter there's like a little sample of something to give you a taste of the society they live in. Like this one is a little snippet of their like creation story. Also, another thing I forgot to talk about is the writing style. Lauren Oliver is fantastic. Lauren Oliver is a fantastic writer. So I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm so excited to read the next one. That is what I read in April and May. I'm not sure if I will keep doing this 2-month thing for each of my wrap-up videos, or maybe in June I will just do a June wrap-up video. We will have to see. But until next time, see you guys later.